A very good evening and welcome to our live commentary here on Let's Talk Sport of the 2022 MLS Cup Final between the hosts LAFC and the visitors Philadelphia Union. And it's quite a history moment today, really a history-making day in the history of Major League Soccer, because none of these teams have ever won the MLS Cup before, so there will be a new name on the trophy come full time, or maybe after extra time, or after a penalty shootout. Who knows what will the next 2 hours or so be like here at the Banc of California Stadium. So we've probably just heard in the background there the national anthem of the United States being performed there on the pitch with the players all out, lined up and ready to go. But let's just quickly go through the lineups before we get ready for the kickoff. So for LAFC, it's Crepau in goal. In defence, from left to right, is Palacios, Bigor, Morello and Hollingshead. It looks as though they're playing a midfield of three today. Acosta on the left, Ali in the middle, and Cifuentes on the right-hand side. And then up front, we've got a front three of Baranga on the left wing, Aranga in the middle, and Carlos Vila, the legend that is for that club, on the right wing. And then for Philadelphia Union, we've got Blake in goal. It looks as though they'll play four in defence as well. Bazo on the right, Glesnes in the middle alongside Elliott, Wagner on the left as their left back, and in the midfield from right to left it's McGlynn, Martinez and Flack. Gazdag just in behind the front two of Carranza, and Uri on the left hand side as well. So we're pretty much ready to go here. Both teams having their last moment team huddle. Very important message to each other before they get going. LAFC, you'd imagine, will be the favourites. They're playing at home today since they were the highest ranked team. That's how it works out when it comes to the MLS Cup Final. It is a lovely day here in Los Angeles. You can see the smoke coming out of the stadium. Don't worry, no fire whatsoever. It's just the way LAFC fans are. They are incredibly dedicated. It's got some fan base, even though the club has only been around for a very short period. And here we go then. The first half begins. Philadelphia Union in their blue shirt, well, turquoise shirt and yellow shorts with turquoise socks. And LAFC in their home colours, home and gold, black and gold that is, of course, mainly black shirt, black shorts and black socks with a little bit of gold here and there. So it looks as though LAFC are attacking from left to right, Philadelphia Union from right to left, and it is currently in the Los Angeles half at the moment. It's with their goalkeeper, Crepau gets his first touch in this final. He kicks it down the middle. It's headed back into the LAFC half, out onto the right wing, and they've got their back towards it. I think that's Palacios who's letting it roll out for his team to win a throw-in on the far side. But as you can hear, the crowd to my left, I mean, the LAFC, they've pretty much covered that whole left-hand side, that whole left stand, full of flags, full of chants. They even got a Carlos Vila flag up there. It is incredible to watch the atmosphere that they have here in Los Angeles. Of course, you are listening to live commentary, so we'll keep you updated throughout the game. Get in touch on the live chat page. We'll read out your messages. But here come LAFC straight away. They were trying to go through down the middle on a counter-attack. Carlos Vila was shouting for on the right wing, and it might just come to him now as he picks up the pass from Arango. Now on the right wing, plays it back from right to left, back to Vila. Will he swing it in? No, he'll play it down to the middle again of Eli this time. Now it's on the left wing, and the ball comes in, and it's straight to the hands of Blake, just inside the 6-yard box. He came out to make the save and to deny any cross coming in and causing any problems for him and his defenders. And he swung it out to the right of Bazo. Now back with the two centre-halves of Glesnes, who's playing right centre-back today. Now with Elliott onto the left-hand side. Oh, and Philadelphia Union have to be careful here. Early strikes, early efforts here from LAFC. Oh, and that's a terrible blundered shot there from Cifuentes. Did it take a deflection? It went wide. I think for his sake, he was hoping it would be a corner kick, but Acosta protesting there to the referee, saying that it was a corner. But already Union feeling the pressure from the home crowd and from their opponents. They lost the ball just outside their 18-yard box as they started out with their goalkeeper in possession, but they've got a goal kick. And as I said, LFC should be the favourites today, but as I said, neither of the teams have been here before and have never won the MLS Cup. LAFC with the Supporters' Shield, which is for getting the most points in both divisions. And now here come Philadelphia Union, who hope to get their first attack going here on the right-hand side. There's a bit of a run in there from Carranza, and at the end he was dealt with by Palacios, who clears it with his left boot. The ball lands into the halfway line. Now a long ball down the middle again from Union, and it's called for offside, and the linesman on the far side raises his flag, and that's our first offside of the day against Philadelphia Union. Remember to get in touch, folks, on the live chat page. You can also vote who you think will win the MLS Cup, and it's quite a big majority towards LAFC at the moment at 88%. Only the 12 for Union. And here come LAFC now, and there's calls for a foul, but it looks as though the referee isn't having any of it. I think that was Martinez who intercepted, but LAFC will go again. Now on the far side, trying to go down the left wing. Philadelphia Union not messing around in defence at the moment. They've been quite sharp so far in this opening 4 minutes. And apologies if you heard the swearing then from the crowd. I think they were using the F word about the Union. But this is, I mean, I'd love to know how many fans for Philadelphia Union have come out for this. They would love to spoil the party here. Here they come now, Union. Playing in their turquoise colours with yellow shorts. Getting the boos the moment they pick up the possession inside the LAFC half. They are attacking towards the LAFC fan end. And here comes the cross from the right-hand side. Oh, and it had to... Well, it went behind for a corner at the end. It looks as though it was Eli who headed it behind. So first corner of the game going towards the visitors. They'll be taken on this near side. As you'd imagine, there'll be a lot of big names, famous faces, wearing the LAFC colours today inside the stands, including actor Owen Wilson. I haven't seen Will Ferrell yet. I'd imagine he'll be there somewhere. But anyway, right now they've got to keep an eye on this corner that their team is about to defend. It's coming from the near side. It goes across the face of goal, then headed back into the 18-yard box, only to be kicked out again. LAFC maybe trying to go for the counter-attack. And instead it's gone out for a throw, and it looks as though it was Cifuentes who went on the run down the far side. Yep, hot day here in Los Angeles. Not the kind of weather we expect here in England at this time of the year. But there's all sorts of flags, all sorts of scarves, chants, all sorts of cameramen in front of that big stand to my left. So here's the throw-in for the hosts. It comes to being a big waste at the end. It's gone behind for a goal kick for Philadelphia Union. Of course, as well, there's matches going on. You can see on our video printer on your screen below our scoreboard. And at the moment, AC Milan, within 21 minutes, taking the lead there. Theo Hernandez, who I'm sure we'll see at the World Cup with France. Goal kick taken by Blake for Union. He hit it down towards his right-hand side. Bit of head tennis going on inside the LAFC half. They win a free kick. Looks as though Acosta might have been injured there. Or was it Morello? I think it's Morello. Yeah, he went up in the air for the header and he got pushed from behind. Always 50-50 challenges like that, but most of the time the referee will give it. Says get in touch on the live chat page like Jamie Burgoyne has, who says soccer, but with double K and AR. Yeah, they call it something else in America, football, a different sport. Some of you will know it as the NFL, or as I'd like to call it, throw ball. Because when do you ever use your feet? Free kick that was just quickly taken there by Union. Inside their own half, they're going to go and kick it down the line on the right-hand side. Cross comes in, goes out of play. Will it be a corner? Nope, the referee points to the goal. So goal kick for Los Angeles. Of course, they beat LA Galaxy on the way to this final, LAFC, which was quite a statement, I thought. Jorginho Chiellini is there on the bench for LAFC, wearing his pink bib. Will we see him in action later? He doesn't really need an introduction, that's for sure. Of course, he joined LAFC in the summer, and not a bad first season to see his team get to the MLS Cup, as well as Gareth Bale. He's on the bench today. Meanwhile, back with the game, LAFC have the ball at the moment on the far side, pretty much on the halfway line. One of their players goes down, but Philadelphia Union intercept, and referee says play on. That was Martinez with the interception. He tried to go long down the right hand side, but instead it was intercepted by Morello, and he's needing help from his goalkeeper of Krepau, who picks it up at the end. That's it, as the last touch came off one of the opponents. But already you can see Union already looking quite comfortable. You know, only 10 minutes in, and they're certainly giving it a go. We're not seeing real goal threats from either team yet. It's only been 10 minutes, but Philadelphia Union just reminding LAFC that they've still got to beat them. They may have the home advantage, but the pressure might be on the team in black. Here they come now, LAFC. It's just outside the 18-yard box of Philadelphia Union. Now with Varango, who's playing centre forward today, but here he is near the corner flag. Good pass to Carlos Vela. Carlos Vela will go for it. It took a deflection, and at the end the referee actually says it's a goal kick. I thought there was a deflection there, but the captain, Carlos Vela, yep, he's frustrated with that decision. He's not happy about that, including the LAFC manager as well. I'm just watching this again. It looked as though it was Martinez who stuck his leg out in the penalty area, and that has definitely come off him before it went out of play. It just went over the crossbar. Carlos Vela, it'd be a dream for him to score for his team that have, you could say, revived his career. Didn't quite happen for him in Europe, including his spell at Arsenal in his younger days, but he's come over here to the MLS, and he really has been the poster boy here in Los Angeles. But first real chance coming from LAFC then. Could have been a corner, but it wasn't, and the goal kick has been taken. So it's on the far side at the moment. They're trying to attack it from the right. That's where they've been mainly busy so far, Union. That's where they're trying to go down towards. Meanwhile, the hosts have it on the far side again. They're being a bit surrounded there. Acosta, and he loses the ball back into the Union half with the back two of Gazdag and Elliott. Now out to Wagner on the halfway line. Boots it into the penalty area with his left boot, but there was no one there in blue. And then it comes back about 40 yards away from the LAFC goal. It's rolled back to Elliott, He'll play it across to his right of Glesnes, the other centre back. Now to the halfway line of McGlynn. McGlynn feeling the pressure from behind there. Gives away a throw-in. Good pressure that was from Acosta. But Union have got out of it very quickly from the throw-in. They got past one man just inside their own half there, but instead it's gone back to their back line. They just have to reset again now into the centre circle. Out to the right-hand side, just inside the LAFC half. McGlynn. Carranza. Now to McGlynn again. And then he plays it out wide to Carranza. The cross comes in, no one there for it, and at the end, comfortably chested down to the goalkeeper by Hollingshead. But you would think, I mean, Union have probably had a bit more possession on that. Could be a late challenge there by Wagner. Is that going to be a foul? The linesman waved his flag and said it was against Hollingshead, the right back. And yet you can see the yellow in the referee's hand. So it looks as though Elliott is going to get the first booking of this final. Yeah, Philadelphia Union beat New York City on their way to this final. So yeah, confirmation, Jack Elliott getting the yellow card. You'll have to be careful for the rest of this game. We're only 14 minutes in. So LAFC have got a free kick on the near side here. It's on the right-hand side. Carlos Vela behind it. There's a one-man wall just outside the penalty area. Every Philadelphia Union player defending this. So here it comes in with a left boot cross, and it's straight to the goalkeeper of Blake. No problem whatsoever there. He'll be happy to deal with those free kicks all day long. We've got Greg Livingston getting in touch. Hello, Greg. He says, hi, Jamie. I'm away in the US for the horse racing Breeders' Cup in Kentucky. What a day. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, of course, this match is happening in America. The MLS, hope you're watching. He says, won about $850 so far. I hope I can get more money. That's not a bad day of work there, Greg. Wouldn't mind that in 1 day of work. And he's also donated £4.49 to us here on Let's Talk Sport. Thank you very much for that, Greg. Really appreciate that. He says, it's a little gift for me winning some money at horse racing in the US at Breeders' Cup, Kentucky. What a day. So big thanks to Greg there. Really appreciate your support. Meanwhile, back with the game, we just saw a strike from 35 yards out, I would say, by Martinez for Union. He was up in the heavens in his head, thinking he could score from there, and it went very well wide. There wasn't anyone on him either. He had a bit of space around him. He could have used it, but he didn't. So goal kick for LAFC in front of their dedicated fan zone behind the goal. And it's been approached to the right-hand side. Carlos Vela plays it out to the middle of Eli. Now out onto the left. Back with Eli again to Acosta. And it's just gone out of play for throw, but actually, as you can hear the referee in the background, he has blown the whistle for a free kick. Palacios looks to have taken quickly. It was a foul by McGlynn. Now into the penalty area, trying to pick out. I think it might have been, it looks as though it was Chicho at the end. Or Arango, as some like to call him. But already both teams quite end-to-end, really, between the two. LAFC with the biggest chance so far. A Carlos Vela strike that took a deflection off Martinez. That should have been a corner, and it just went over the crossbar. And it just shows that if you give him any moment in the penalty area, you're in trouble. On the opposite end of the pitch, it's going to be a throw-in for the visitors. It's going to be on the far side. Last touch coming off Baker, the centre back. It's going to be left with Mbatso to take it. Only have one of his teammates nearby of McGlynn. McGlynn then flicks it back to Mbatso. Mbatso just near the corner flag. And I think he's won a corner, or has it gone as a goal kick? I can't quite tell from the... I think it is a corner, yep. There'll be a corner on the far side. No, it's going to be a throw-in. Mbatso will take it again. He's having to go all the way back as far as he can to make the run up with the throw-in. It goes into the LAFC box. Not really much of a threat there against the defenders. It's gone all the way to the halfway line again, and then the ball long into the box again. Had to be dealt with by Mbango. He had to watch from behind. Carranza was just behind him, and if he hadn't made the connection with that clearance, who knows, he could have been through on goal. It's going to be a free kick for LAFC. Not sure what that was for, but it's only taken quickly. It's inside their own half anyway. It's with Hollingshead. Was up against a couple of Union players, couldn't get out of it though. And here they come again now with Wagner. Now Martinez. Out to Mbatso, the right winger, and he swings it in, and the header goes, well, I was going to say over the crossbar, but it went well wide at the end. And from the reaction of Hollingshead, it looked as though it might have been going out for a corner, but he just tried to keep it in play to avoid that. Just watching that replay again, it did come off Ibaego. He is good in the air, I'll give him that, but Philadelphia Union, did it go out just in time? It did. So it'll be a corner again for Union. Their second corner of the game. It's on the near side again. Now it's swung in low and a flick. Instead it's gone back out to the left hand side, and then a header. A goalkeeper's gone off there. He missed the delivery completely, but the ball came out of the penalty area, and then they went for glory and it went well wide. I think that was Mbatso at the end who tried to go for it. Let's just watch the replay again. Low ball cross, wasn't the best really. It went back to the corner kick taker, swung in with his left boot. Goalkeeper, when you go up in the air for the ball, you've got to get it or you're in trouble. But luckily for him, Union took the ball out of the danger zone, and then a long-range effort going miles off the target. So a goal kick for LAFC. If you just joined us, only 20 minutes in, thanks for joining us for this MLS Cup Final live commentary, and here come Union, and they might just try and go for the first goal. Shot blocked, it didn't really get the kick he wanted. Mbago yet again with some fantastic defending. There's already been a couple of moments where he's been at the right place at the right time, but Union at the moment look the more dangerous. But if you have just joined us, it is goalless. You haven't missed any goals just yet. LAFC 0, Philadelphia Union 0 in this MLS Cup Final. But here is Carlos Vela now, always dangerous on that right wing. Cross no good whatsoever. Didn't pick out anyone in the penalty area. It's with Benango. And is there a foul on Mbatso? I didn't see much contact in that, but Mbatso gets the referee's attention, convinces him enough to win the free kick for Union. But I must admit, I think if I was Philadelphia Union, so far so good. They're playing well. They've definitely approached this game remembering that it is a cup final and they've got to go for it. Well, here they come again. LAFC in their own half at the moment. And now with Arango, he has his back towards goal on the halfway line. He goes down on the ground, and the referee gives LAFC a free kick. It's taken quickly out to the right-hand side of Hollingshead. And then to the fluorescent boots of Morello. You can see them from a few miles away, even when the sun is shining on them. Now down the middle, here they come, LFC trying to go in behind with a pass through, low pass down the middle, but no good. It was well dealt with at the end by Gazdag. Now to Mbatso, long down the line, couldn't get it out to Gazdag at the end. We've not actually seen much from Gazdag in this game so far. He is their top goal scorer this season, 22 goals in the MLS. Known for also playing for the Hungarian national team. So a pretty decent international football experience as well. Throw in at the moment for LAFC on the far side at the midway point of their own half. Manager just making some notes for LAFC at the moment. They could do with getting themselves going in this game. They've got that front three that create all sorts of goals. But Union have not had much problems intercepting from them, and they've got it again just inside their own half. Out on the right-hand side in their own half at the moment. Now with Martinez, he gets away from his men in the middle, then plays it out wide to Wagner. Wagner looks to swing it in, and it had to take a couple of headers for it to go out of the penalty area from LAFC. There was a couple of Union players inside the box, but just couldn't make the cross. But at the moment, Union looking the better team, as I keep stressing, but it is still goalless. And you do feel like in this patch right now, Union would love to get that first goal. Maybe we're seeing some nerves from the home team. As I said, both teams have never won the MLS Cup. We'll have a new name on the trophy at the end of today. Both teams hoping to make history, but only one of them can do it. We've got a throw-in for Union on the near side. Looks as though there's been some goals coming in the other matches. Angers 0, Lens 1. A goal from Wesley Said. And half-time between Luzon and FC Winterthur. And it looks as though the linesman's raised his flag, and that's offside against Union there, just outside the penalty area. But yeah, there was two players offside there, in behind the two defenders of LAFC. But anyway, here come LAFC. Haven't really got themselves going yet. On the left wing, low ball cross. He's on his own. Vela with the shot. It was blocked inside the penalty area. Can they go again here, LAFC? Nope, they've lost the ball. And here come Union then, trying to just get it out their own half and maybe get their players to make the run forward. It's with Martinez, who just holds it up for a moment. Poor pass though, and it's easily intercepted by Arango. I don't think you can believe it. And here they come again. Arango completely clipped, and he will get a free kick. Martinez penalised for that. Let's not forget, we've already got Elliott in the book. But Arango wins the free kick, completely snapped there by Martinez. And I don't think even Arango knew he had the ball. That's it was Martinez just reading the next pass that was played by Acosta. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport and give us a like. You're home for live sports commentaries, including the MLS in the football. We've got a couple of other streams tomorrow, the MotoGP final race of the season, where we'll find out who will be the world champion between either Fabio Quartararo and Francesco Bagnaia. And we've got the WSL clash between Man United and Chelsea tomorrow. Well, anyway, free kick here. Carlos Vela is behind the ball. So is Acosta. Referee just talking to the 5-man wall that Philadelphia Union have just formed. So it's just a little bit to the right. If you lined it up with the penalty spot, it's to the right of the penalty spot, you could say. But who's going to take it? I guess their best chance is to get over the wall and into the top right corner. And it's shot, and it's in, and it's taken a deflection off the wall. And it's Acosta who opens the scoring here for LAFC. And it's the Dream start in their bid to win their first ever MLS Cup. The party starts in the main stand. Acosta left by Carlos Vila to take the free kick. It came off the wall and Blake wasn't sure where that had gone. It went right past him into the bottom left corner of the net. 27.5 minutes, that's how long it took to get the first goal. LAFC 1, Philadelphia Union 0. And it looks as though it came off the head off one of the defenders there, looking at it back. It comes up, yeah, it was up in the air. He made the block nearly. It was McGlynn who got the last touch, and that deflection just did not help Blake whatsoever, the Philadelphia Union goalkeeper. Well, I said Philadelphia Union were the better team, but the only thing that matters is that scoreline. LAFC 1, Philadelphia Union 0. And that is Acosta's third goal of the season. After 33, sorry, this is his 34th appearance. So, fantastic to see a chance like that not wasted. The free kick, it took a deflection and needed a bit of luck, but they got it. But Philadelphia Union, they know that the next goal is incredibly crucial in this game, and they'll have to work hard to make sure they are the next team to score. Now there was calls that the ball had gone out for a throw-in, but it comes out the goalkeeper. Blake had to kick it out. I must admit, from where I'm sitting, I honestly thought that had gone out for a Philadelphia Union throw-in. Now can LAFC double the lead within moments? It's out on the far side at the moment. Bit of 1-2 passing between their two left wingers of Acosta and Eli. Doesn't really come to anything at the end. It'll be a throw-in for Union. Blake just talking to his defenders at the moment. I think he was not happy with the fact that he had to come so far out to make that clearance just a moment ago. And of course, I'm sure he's frustrated with that deflection as well. You do feel for McGlynn. He nearly made he was trying to jump in the air and block the free kick, but instead he didn't get his full head behind it, and because of that it went in still. Now here come Union down the middle, 2 against 4 at the moment, and he is fouled, and they've won a free kick pretty much around the same position as where LAFC have just scored from their free kick. Ure winning the free kick there. He was the one that was fouled. Morello is the one that got penalised in his fluorescent boots. So free kick to come for Philadelphia Union. As we've just reached half an hour. Oh, how they would love to score in front of this enthusiastic, glorified home end, where they've been non-stop since the kickoff. It's a fantastic atmosphere. We certainly do get some of the best fans in football when it comes to the MLS. Every club has their own noise. It's always good to see. So, free kick here to come. LAFC have formed a 4-man wall, blocked by the wall. It was Elliott that took the free kick. He got some air onto it, but he just couldn't get it past the wall. Now out to the left-hand side. Wagner now fouled by Carlos Vila. And there'll be another free kick. A few yards further out this time. He'll be on the near side. Carlos Vila just having a word with the referee. He is the captain, of course, today for LAFC. So Carlos Vila looks like he won't get a booking. I think we would have seen it sooner. Here comes the free kick swung in and calls for offside at the end, or maybe a foul. Linesman raised his flag, so I think it was offside. So a wasted opportunity there for the visitors. But maybe so far it's a good response from them after conceding the opening goal. Ooh, it wasn't that far offside. It was very close. If you didn't know, they do have VAR in the MLS. So I'm sure they'll be using that when needed, especially in a fixture like this one. So Crepau with the goal kick down the middle. Booted away by Elliott. It's now on the halfway line. Trying to get it through, and it's just in front of the defence, and yet again, Ure this time caught offside. LFC with the free kick to be taken. So yeah, it's just a reminder, we got 2 more live streams here on Let's Talk Sport tomorrow for your sports fix. The Valencia Grand Prix for MotoGP is on tomorrow to find out if Bagnaia will win his first ever World Championship. He should do. He only needs to pick up a few more points, and then he is done and dusted. He's done what he needs to do. Fabio Quartararo, though, could stop him and win his 2nd World Championship in a row. So that's at 1 p.m. UK time. And then we also have at 6:45 p.m. tomorrow night a clash between the champions of the Women's Super League against the league leaders Manchester United. So Man United welcoming Chelsea. That's at 6:45 for our live watch along with myself. So a lot to look forward to here on Let's Talk Sport. Do subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and of course do vote on the poll that we've got up right now on the live chat page, asking you who will win the MLS Cup. Well, for 68% of you, you're at the moment going to get your prediction correct. 68% for them, 32% going brave for the visitors of Philadelphia Union. It's with them at the moment with Wagner, back to Elliott, then across to his fellow centre half of Glesnes. Glesnes just pushing it up a few yards, then a low ball pass through onto Gazdag. Now up to the right of McGlynn, and Batso couldn't get the pass back to Carranza, and then it's back onto the halfway line. Now Martinez, short pass out to McGlynn, and then in through into Ure. Oh, he just lost the ball though in the LAFC penalty area, and it's a poor clearance from Morello, comfortably picked up by Wagner. He says thank you very much. Now onto the edge of the penalty area, and it's just cleared away, and it'll go back into the Union half. No one up there really for LAFC apart from Arango. Martinez again plays it out to his right. Now with Mbatso. Back to Glesnes now. McGlynn. McGlynn just looking for options, but instead he goes back to his half and then gets it to Glesnes. Now out to the right wing here, Union trying to find that equalizes, Mbatso, and oh dear me, the shot goes miles over the crossbar. It may as well have hit Rosed. Carranza will hope he does better than that next time. He had the space, he found himself unmarked, and Mbatso made the right pass, I thought, but Carranza's got to do better there. Just lofted it way too high in front of the LAFC fans. And the slow motion replay showing him nodding his head there. How many chances are you going to get in a cup final? He knows he's got to take them in a match like this. Goal kick taken. Rios Diana says Union 1, LAFC 0. It's the other way around at the moment. I forgot to actually update my scoreboard, folks. I do apologise. Let me just do that now. So it wasn't supposed to be at goalless, but here we are, and here they come now, LAFC. Oh, is that another foul? Referee? Yep, he gives it. And it's Carlos Vila who was fouled again. The moment he makes that run from right to left, that transition that he does is so dangerous. He's certainly got the pace still, Carlos Vila. The captain wins a free kick. They scored the first goal with a free kick. Glesnes with the foul there. Trips him up when trying to go in for the ball. Could they, with around 8 minutes to go? Justin Bieber is watching in the stands today. He's wearing a very cool pink woolly beanie hat. Not sure why he'd wear that in this weather. Summer weather, that is. But yes, quite a lot of famous faces, I'm sure, here today to try and witness maybe LAFC's first MLS Cup. Vila is behind this free kick. And this time it was a free kick taken by Arango. It's blocked by the wall, but then a lofted ball in, and a great save by Blake. It was poked in at goal, but Blake with one of the most, well, the biggest save of the match so far to keep it at 1-0. I'm not sure who it was that I think it might have been Barango who made the connection at the end. First of all, the free kick was blocked by Arango. Then Carlos Vila lofted it into the penalty on the left-hand side. And he went in behind the defence. I think it's Barango who went for it. Good left-hand save by Blake. It was going in. And Blake keeps it at 1-0. Big moment in the game. So Carlos Vila with another free kick. This time cleared away on the edge of the penalty. I must admit I didn't see the foul before that, so that was all new to me. Union, they've got to be careful there. They know that they are in trouble if they concede a second goal. They've got it deep inside the LFC half, but Morello clears it away. It's easy to spot him with those boots that he's been wearing all throughout the game. So currently 1-0 to LAFC if you've just joined us. Greg Livingston asking, have both teams who won both of their leagues and then play each other in the final? So they both did win their leagues, but they still had to play in the playoffs. So they came out of it and won their playoffs, and that's why both teams are in the final. They won their conference trophies in the playoffs. LAFC won the Supporters' Shield because they got the most points out of the two divisions. Here they come now, LAFC. Maybe they could get a second before half time. A low ball cross. Has it gone behind for a corner? No, it's kept out by Mbatso, and instead he gives them a throw-in. Gareth Bale is out warming up on the sidelines in a pink bib. Will we see him feature in this final? Here comes another ball in for LAFC into the 6-yard box, but couldn't pick out Vila to bring it home. Instead it just goes out for a goal kick to Union, and you can see Blake shouting out to his teammates to keep it together and get themselves together and wake up a little bit maybe. He's had to make a big save a few moments ago, and Vila nearly got to the end of that cross, which could have been trouble for Blake in between the sticks. So goal kick, looks as though it's just been taken. But yes, Gareth Bale, could he feature today? He'll be hoping to, well, I say hoping, I'm sure it's inevitable. He'll be representing Wales at the World Cup in just under 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks tomorrow, that is, actually, that the 2022 World Cup in Qatar begins, with Qatar versus Ecuador on the opening day. And Wales play USA on the second day of the tournament, hours after England start their campaign against Iran. I'll be going to that England-Iran game. I've got a ticket for it, so I'm looking forward to that. Meanwhile, let's go back to this game. Bale can worry about the World Cup in a couple of weeks' time. Right now, he'll be watching on from the sidelines, hoping to maybe feature, but also the last thing he'd want to do is get injured before World Cup. Here they come now, LAFC on the far side. Midway in the Union half. 3 minutes left of this first half to go. And at the moment, oh, and LAFC have just given the ball away there on the halfway line. And here they come, Union, and it could be the equalizer, could they? Oh, it went past the goalkeeper, but he made the save. And all of a sudden, Union, wow, what a chance that could have been. I think it was Carranza who went nearly got it. Well, he got the ball past the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper of Crepo was able to make the deflection. And here they come now with Carlos Field on the opposite side of the half, and a shot goes over the crossbar at the end by Arango. It could have been 2-0 after all of that, but it stays at 1-0. Goal kick for Union. Just watching that back again, and it was Carranza who just picked up the ball from the halfway line and then played the pass, and it was actually Ure who was there and couldn't get it past the goalkeeper at the end, but for a moment LAFC just fell asleep. And then watching the replay again, just the response by LAFC, by Arango, that went over the target. But Union trying to find that equalizer, and they nearly did just then. Throw-in taken, they played it back towards the halfway line. Big claps going on in the LAFC home end. Morello with the interception on the edge of the LAFC box. Now with Carlos Field at the midway point in their own half. Boots it out across the field from right to left. Trying to pick out Acosta. Now Union have intercepted. Got it through onto the edge of the penalty area, but again, couldn't keep hold of the ball. And then to make that pass, it's on the left wing again. Wagner up against 2 LAFC players. He falls to the ground after he kicked the ball into the penalty area, but it didn't pick out anyone. It was a poor cross attempt, but he did lose his balance when trying to make the kick. So in the final minute until half time, how much stoppage time will there be from the 4th official? Union with a shot way over the crossbar. A left-footed shot there. Way over the crossbar. Looked to be Ure who took it. Greg Livingston saying that he won $1,400 on a race, but the betting shop can't give it in hand. They ask him for his bank details, and he goes, wow, what's happening? I mean, I've never won that amount of money, so I wouldn't know. So the 4th official has brought out the board, and the light bulbs of red signaling 1 minute of added time here at the Banc of California Stadium. LAFC have just won a free kick inside their half. But even though LAFC have just won a free kick, one of the Union players is down on the ground. Looks as though, ooh, it was an elbow to the face there of Carranza. It was Acosta who was up in the air with him that caused the elbow. Not intentional, but that's what happens when both players go for the ball in the air. We've already had the 1 minute of added time, but I'm sure we'll have a few more seconds before that, as Carranza is still being treated before the match resumes. Don't forget to vote on the poll who you think is going to win the MLS Cup if you haven't yet. 74% towards LAFC at the moment. Carranza just shaking hands with Acosta, which is good to see. Apologies for the swearing there from one of the Union coaches when walking off the pitch with Carranza. He's just on the sidelines. He'll come back on in a minute, but good to see that he'll be okay to play on. LAFC with a long direct free kick into the penalty area, only to be dealt with by their opponents. And now here's a chance, actually, just as we see it on the edge of the box. It's not over yet. It's Arango trying to go for a second goal before half time. And Union nearly gave it away again there inside their own box, but it's cleared away now and onto the halfway line. But, well, AFC win the ball back, but it doesn't matter because the referee blows the whistle for half-time. So we're at the midway point of this game, and it's LAFC who take the lead here. Just the one goal from that first half after 27 minutes. It was a free kick goal at the end from Acosta, whose free kick took a head off McGlynn, the defender for Philadelphia Union. It came off him, it took a deflection, and it went into the bottom left corner of the net. Blake couldn't do anything about that. And that is the only goal we've had in this game so far. So at the moment, it really is anyone's still. It may be 1-0, but there's still chances for Philadelphia Union to find an equalizer in that second half, as both teams are bidding to win the MLS Cup for the very first time. We're going to take a short break, folks, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back before the second half, so don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to our live commentary of the 2022 MLS Cup between LAFC and Philadelphia Union. Well, the teams are back on the pitch after the half-time break. LAFC 1-0 up thanks to Acosta scoring on the 27th minute. Can Philadelphia Union find a way back in this next 45 minutes? Well, if they don't, they'll have to accept the runners-up medals. So, what can we expect in this second half? It looks as though there's been no substitutions from either team just before we resume. LAFC will kick it off for this second half. They'll be attacking from right to left, Philadelphia Union from left to right. So this time round, LAFC will get to attack at the end where their dedicated supporters have been all season, pretty much ever since this club formed a few years ago. The sun is still shining on them. Can they bring it home in the second half? Philadelphia Union intercepting already. Ball coming in onto the left-hand side. Comes off one of the headers of one of their forwards. Not sure which one, but can't come back to the near side. And here they come again. Philadelphia Union with a cross in, and the tap there wasn't just, well, Carranza with the cross it was from the right-hand side. Philadelphia Union starting off strong here. It's just gone back to the halfway line. They've still got it in possession. Kicked out wide. It's long and nowhere near Mbatso to take it. He gives his teammate the thumbs up though for trying. Goal kick it will be for Los Angeles. So yeah, no substitutions from half-time it would seem, but if we look at the benches that both teams have got available, if they do use it, Escobar, Segaro, Blessing, Gareth Bale, Collini, Apoko, Mendez, Tello and McCarthy for LAFC. Philadelphia Union winning a throw-in off a LAFC goal kick there on the halfway line. Will be taken on the far side. Union have got Freeze, the #1 goalkeeper who's on the bench. Riel, Bedio, Burke, Anez, Donovan, Harriel, Aronson and Sullivan. So they've got 9 options, both teams, for this final from the bench if they need it. Do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. We'd love to hear from you and read out your messages, like Dimitri K has done at half-time, saying LAFC scored a very lucky goal. I think he's on about the Acosta free kick that took a deflection. Philadelphia Union had more chances to score a goal or two of their own. Well, I get what you're saying, but if they don't take them, then it's, you know, people will forget that they might have been the better team. It's all about the goals at the end of the day. He says he doesn't like this playoff system, where on the home and away matches, the Philadelphia Union already won more points and had a higher goal difference than any other team. First they were robbed a supporter shield, and now the MLS Cup. Well, it's not over yet, Dimitri. There's still this second half. All they need is an equalizer and they're back in it. Throwing it will be for LAFC, playing in their home colours, the gold and black mix. Quite an iconic shirt. I do like the colour choice. There's going to be a throw-in, as I say. Palacios will take it on the near side to Acosta. And the last touch came off Acosta, and it'll be a throw-in for Union inside their own half. Pretty much similar spot as where the last throw-in was taken. It's Mbatso with the short throw-in. Then McGlynn back towards Glesnes, kicks it up in the air, out to the left wing now, makes the run in. This is Flack. We've not seen much of Flack in this game. We didn't see much action in that left-hand side in the first half, but maybe they're going to try and use it this time in the second half and try and come up with a different plan in a bid to equalise. A throw-in taken by Flack. Wasn't a great throw-in into the penalty area. It's with Union again, though. They're having to play it all the way back to their goalkeeper, Blake, because of the pressure up front from the likes of Boanga and Arango. Now Martinez in the middle of the park, just inside the centre circle, and they've lost the ball here. Union, they could be in trouble. 2 against 3 for LAFC. It's with Baranga. Baranga on the left wing, plays it a few yards back to Acosta, back to Baranga again. Now Acosta to Palacios. And it's now with Mbatso. He's intercepted and got the possession back for Philadelphia Union. And calls for a foul. Union have won it in their own half. Acosta with the foul, it would seem, from what the referee was saying. Just looking at the stats at half-time before, but actually we'll look at that in just a moment, because yet again LAFC just trying to go on the attack on the right-hand side. Ends up coming to naught, and here come Union now. It's in the 18-yard box, and there's no one there, and it had to be cleared for a throw-in at the end. A little bit of nerves maybe from Los Angeles. But yeah, it was 2 shots on target in the first half by LAFC. Philadelphia Union with none, even though Dimitri would say that Philadelphia had more chances, but actually LAFC could have gone 2 or 3-0 up. Here's a long throw, and then from the far side, comfortably headed away by Morello, and a shot going way over the crossbar, way too high. It'll get you some points in rugby between the sticks, but not in this sport. So goal kick for LAFC. Just 6 minutes into the second half. If you've just joined us, it is the final match of the Major League Soccer season, finishing and wrapping up a fortnight before the USA go and play in the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Let's not forget, they're in the same group as England and Iran and Wales. So Gareth Bale been playing in the States over the last few months. He might have a little bit of an insight maybe of how the USA might play at the World Cup when USA play Wales in the group stages. There's been a foul pretty much on the, I'd say, just inside the Union half on the left-hand side. No cards given yet, but there are some fans who have got massive yellow cards. You could say A3 pieces of paper that they've been using to form a massive yellow card in the stands. I quite like that. I've not seen that before in a football match. But it looks as though it was Arango who was fouled. And I think it was Ray who made the foul, I'm not sure. But at the moment, Arango on the ground, still on his back as well. He's lying down at the moment. So match paused. Morello just talking to the referee. Probably trying to tell the referee that he should have a... I mean, if it was Elliott with the foul, I'm not sure. Elliott's already got a yellow card, so I wonder if that's what they're trying to say to the referee. Just remind him that, come on, ref, he's got a yellow already. He can't get away with that one, surely. And imagine if Union do go down to 10 men, but I don't think that'll be the case. Normally I mean, I've watched enough football in my time, but you'd normally think the referee would give a card by now. Well, the good news is Arango is about to get himself back on his feet. Yeah, he's still sitting down. Referee just having a word with the Union player. One of the main referees of the MLS. You wouldn't like it if I said this, but I do remember once upon a time when Rooney was playing for DC United in the MLS. He got a red card when he elbowed a player, not intentionally, but he elbowed his opponent in the penalty area. And even though the referee sent Wayne Rooney off, they instead had a corner and there was no penalty given, which made no sense even after a VAR check. It's with Mbatso. He tried to make the run. Instead, he got stopped on the way. But look, he's still down on the ground. But Philadelphia Union will carry on. The referee has run past him as well. But now he does see that he's still down. And Mbatso kicking the ground with his left foot while lying down there. He's got his hands towards his face. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'm just watching the fact there isn't really much in that. I think it's just the way maybe he fell or landed on his feet, but he basically went straight into his opponent there of Fuentes. Remember to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, a double bill of sport streaming tomorrow for you here on Let's Talk Sport, live and free on YouTube. We've got the final race of the MotoGP World Championship at 1 o'clock. The Valencia Grand Prix, 1 o'clock UK time that is, as it is to determine who will be the world champion in 2022. Will it be Francesco Bagnaia for the very first time, or can Fabio Quartararo spoil the Ducati party and win his second world championship in a row? So join me for that at 1 p.m. and then we have some women's football tomorrow night at 6:45 p.m. kickoff time in the UK. Man United women, the league leaders, hosting the champions of the Women's Super League last season, that is Chelsea women. 6:45 p.m. should be a good match. That I think I was reading before that the pretty much most of the seats have been sold at the Lee Sports Village, which is good to see. So there should be quite a heavy turnout tomorrow. Always good to see for women's football. Of course, here in America, the NWSL is probably the biggest league in women's football, but WSL slowly growing and becoming to be in that level with the NWSL. NWSL just finished for the season, so they finished just a little earlier than the MLS. But you know, it is funny, you know, people always say, you know, the NFL, baseball, NBA, as in basketball, you know, they always say that those are the main sports in America, but I mean, I'm not saying they aren't, but MLS, they certainly get their turnouts for most teams. Anyway, the game is back underway after a few minutes pause because of Mbatso being injured, and they're in trouble here, Union, but it just got there, Blake, ahead of, I think it was Carlos Vila that was running in for it. Blake not happy. Referee having to separate both players here. I think Blake wasn't happy with how late his opponent was. Let's watch this again. So it was a cross in from the right wing, low ball, and it was, looks as though it was Baranga who was coming in, and he got his studs on the ball, but maybe he caught Blake's fingers there, despite the goalkeeper gloves. In all fairness to Blake, he did go back up to him and hugged him and forgave him. He knew he didn't mean it, but anyway, meanwhile, it's in the LAFC penalty area. Took a deflection and in behind for a corner kick. He'll be taken on the far side. LAFC, they may only be 1-0 up, but they know they could do with a second goal, or they'll have to defend like hell between now and the 90th minute. And then some. So here comes the corner. Apologies, I had to sneeze there. Corner didn't really come to anything, but then, oh, Martinez with a shot, and there's an equalizer. Martinez's shot, it just somehow picked up at the end. Gazdag, their top goal scorer this season, has finished it into the middle of the net, and Philadelphia Union have surprised and stunned the home crowd here. They've got an equalizer, a shot out of nowhere from Martinez, picked up by Gazdag on the edge of the penalty area, and he scores the equalizer. It's game on here at the Banc of California Stadium. Was he offside? They do have VAR. Look at that shot though from Martinez. It was, well, it looked like he was going for a drilled shot, but when you watch it back, it's quite the pass to Gazdag, the way he approached the kick anyway. But Gazdag, he is the top goal scorer for the team. And if the goal does count, I think it will count. Maybe the players are just going back in position. That is Gazdag's 21st goal of the season. And yet, they have resumed kickoff. So it has been given. The referee was happy to play on straight away when the goal was scored. So 1-1 here, folks. We've certainly got a game in our hands now. But as you could tell, the home crowd didn't enjoy that one. It's going to be a goal kick for Union. But despite them conceding for the first time today, the fans still singing in strong numbers. So Blake with the goal kick up in the air. It's headed forward by Eli. Carlos Vila chests it down but lost the ball. And now here come Union now. Could they get a second goal? Could they turn it around in a matter of seconds? Pass incomplete. Calls for a foul on the edge of the D of the penalty area, but referee says play on. He's happy with what he saw. Now with Martinez, who got the assist with that equalizer. Out onto the right wing it is at the moment with Carranza. Carranza falls down. Does he win a free kick? No, referee says get up. And LAFC have intercepted, and they've just won themselves a throw-in line with their own penalty area. Just watching this goal again, Martinez gets away from his man, makes the shot, then it ended up being the best pass he could have dreamt of. And then found Gazdag, who kicked it up in the air, got it over the goalkeeper. I must admit, with that shot, I thought it would take a few deflections and then it would be to nothing, but what a kick that was from Martinez, even if he didn't mean it. Well, if you just joined us, you've missed 2 goals and just an equalizer just now. Back at all square. Elliott now to Glesnes on the halfway line. He chips it out to the right-hand side into the penalty area. It's too long, though, for any of his teammates to complete the pass. And Crepo was happy for it to roll out for a goal kick for LAFC. Just under half an hour to go. Could it be one of those? Next goal wins, maybe. Goal kick taken then by Crepo. Went quite deep into the Union half. Then it's booted up in the air down on the left-hand side. And then in the midfield, and it could get through here. Crepo having to be careful. The goalkeeper, it's calls for offside. And thank goodness, really, for LAFC. And it's getting a bit rowdy now. Gazdag and Morello. Looks as though there might have been a foul, or, of course, as you'd imagine, the atmosphere and the tensions are high. A lot's at stake. Some of them starting to get a bit rowdy. Anyway, here come LAFC. Barango on the left-hand side. The cross comes in. It was a good ball, but well dealt with. It should go in behind for a corner, and it does for LAFC. And Batso was chasing the ball, but it had gone out of play before it landed back on the field. And can you imagine how loud that stand in front, just behind the goal, will be? They've been non-stop since the kickoff. So here we go then. Acosta to take the corner. Could he set up a second goal after he scored one? It goes in across the face of goal and calls for a foul on Blake. And as you'd expect, as I said, it was coming to this. Both teams pushing and shoving now. They're getting a bit rowdy. It's expected, though. We expect this, really. But could there be some bookings here from the referee? It's always hard to track what happened. He's got his yellow card out. Who's he going to give it to? It looks as though Blake was fouled, because Blake picked up the ball and then he got pushed to the ground. when picking up that corner. I'd imagine it'll be one of the LAFC players. Referee just having to jog to that player. Not sure who that was, but I think it was a foul against LAFC either way, so I'd imagine it's one of their players. And it was Cifuentes, that was, sorry. So yellow card for him. That's LAFC's first booking of the game. He went into Blake when going for the header. I mean, it wasn't intentional. He goes, I must admit, when you look at that back, I don't think that's a yellow. He did really well to get up in the air at the same height really as Blake, but Blake of course had the advantage because he can use his hands and put them above his head when going for the ball in the air. He's taken the goal kick. It approached the right hand side of the LAFC half. It's gone back into the Union half with their back two centre halves of Gazdag and Elliott. Now Martinez, the assist king for them so far today, plays it out down the right, down the line to McGlynn. McGlynn couldn't get the pass completed from Martinez, and now here come LAFC as they intercept on the halfway line. Now they come down the left-hand side with Arango. Couldn't get the player he wanted in one of those black shirts, but they can go again here. It's on the far side now. Shot deflected and straight to the hands of Blake. Came off one of the Union players and went up in the air, the ball, and Blake was happy to run out and make the catch. And he kicked it out straight away, quickly onto the left. Couldn't pick out Gazdag. Nearly a good cross. Instead, he was penalised for a foul. Free kick it'll be for LAFC on the edge of their box. So 1-1. Los Angeles opening the scoring after 27 minutes. Acosta with his free kick coming off from a deflection. And then Gazdag scoring from a long-range shot from his teammate Martinez that he picked up on the way and then was able to go one-on-one with the keeper to get the equalizer in the second half. Here come LAFC now, hoping to retake the lead, and instead it's intercepted by Gazdag, and he played it back to Blake in the 6-yard box, booted it out, but LAFC have it at the moment in the midway point of the Union half. It's into the penalty area, and it had to go behind for a corner. Looks as though Ibargo went that far out to make the attack there for the hosts. Still, we haven't seen any substitutions yet. We've got a corner anyway coming up here on the far side for the hosts. Carlos Vila to take it this time for LAFC. Swings in with his left boot. Blake comfortably gets there in that crowd with his hands. Had to make a big save, let's not forget, in the first half to stop it from being 2-0 against his team. Throws it very far out to the right-hand side of McGlynn. McGlynn having to have his back towards his opponent. Then it's lofted up in the air into the LAFC half. Linesman, before the ball even landed on the pitch again there, raises his flag for offside. And now LAFC trying to go for a long ball direct into the box from the middle, but couldn't pick out Carlos Vila, and Blake picks it up. But yes, you know, we've only got over 20 minutes to go. Could we see some substitutions? Just as I say that, Philadelphia Union looks like they're going to strike first with at least one change. We see at least one player ready to go in that away kit. The turquoise shirt, yellow shorts and turquoise socks. I do quite like it. Oh, anyway, here come LAFC showing that black and gold is better maybe. It's on the right-hand side of the penalty area. And Arango, he fell to the ground when making the kick, but I'm not sure if he was going to try and go for goal or maybe set up a cross. Carlos Vila was the only one who was running into the penalty area once he got the ball, but that was really it. So I think maybe Arango was just going on his own there. Bit of a tight angle. Technically, I guess it's a shot on target, but Blake, as I say, for most goalkeepers, would be happy to have perilous shots like that at him. They kicked it long, Union, and it was intercepted, so it's back with LAFC now with Crepeau, who won't pick up that clean sheet today after conceding a few minutes ago. Vela. Now with Morello. Hollingshead. Hollingshead just trying to run up forward, but at the meantime his teammate was fouled, and LAFC have been given a free kick. Well, we've gone up to 100 votes now of who you think will win the MLS Cup, and there we go then, Philadelphia Union making that first substitution. Ore is coming off for number 19. I think this is the right move, to be honest. I think Ore has had quite a quiet game, to be honest with you. So it'll be Burke coming in for him, who we'd imagine will play on the left-hand side. So that's Ure's season done. 70 minutes he was able to get in this game. Back with the game. It's going to be a throw-in for Union in their own half. Well, there's someone on the sidelines wearing a Los Angeles Lakers jacket. I think someone needs to tell him he's at the wrong match. Throw-in taken down the line. It's a long one, and Union going up here with their front three men. Now with Carranza, no good. LAFC comfortably intercept yet again when it matters. But I tell you what, 19 minutes to go. This is stalemate. Both teams not really creating the chances to show that they can score again, but someone's got to score, you'd think. And they've just given away a free kick here, Union. Palacios down on the ground, just near the shade. At least he can feel that Los Angeles sun on his back. Oh, a kick to the chest by McGlynn. He tried to stretch and win the ball back, but it was Palacios who stormed right in to win the ball. And he wins a free kick here. McGlynn, no yellow card to his name though. And the free kick's taken by Acosta. Now to Vila on the left wing. Cross, no good. Header across the face, a goal. Doesn't find a player in black and gold. Snow now back into that penalty area. A bit of head tennis going on. Union just trying to get it out of the box whenever they can. And they've actually got themselves a free kick at the end from the referee's decision. Costa didn't look happy with that. But it has been I mean, it's funny, we've not seen much of Carlos Vila in this second half. Who knows? Gareth Bale's on the bench. Could he be the man that wins him the MLS Cup? Let's not forget he has been the man that has scored winning goals in Champions League finals. He did that for Real Madrid in 2014 against their city rivals of Atletico Madrid. Then 4 years later in 2018 he scored that incredible bicycle kick against Liverpool. Scored 2 goals in that final. And here we go then. LAFC have responded with their first substitution. And it looks as though Arango is coming off. That's him done for the day. And he is to be replaced by Opoka. Opoka has got 8 goals to his name this season. In the 35 games that he's played before this match today. So meanwhile, we've got a free kick here for Union. It's going to be taken on the far side. They're hoping to whip it into the penalty area. Wagner with the free kick. headed out of the penalty area. Now out to the right-hand side with Mbatso, who gets the ball back in the Union possession. Lofted ball into the box again, and at the end the referee sees one of the LAFC defenders fall to the ground. Free kick it'll be for the hosts. Gav Bale still warming up on the sidelines in his pink bib. Still wearing his classic haircut of the top bun. Will we see him at all before the end of this match? Of course, if no winning goal before the 90 minutes, we'll have, I'd imagine it'll be extra time, then penalties. So here they go then, Union. They pick it up from the goal kick off Crepo. Now Mbatso making a fine run down the right wing, swings it in with his right foot. Morello with the clearance with his fluorescent boots. Then into the Union half again. Should have it in their control, they do so. They've kicked it all the way back from the halfway line to Blake in his 18-yard box. Martinez now playing defensive mid today. Looks as though Union continuing with that formation as they started the game with 4-3-1-2. Oh, and there's a chance here. Oh, I'll tell you what, for a moment, a backward header that nearly didn't go LAFC's way, and you could see one of the Union forwards nearly picking it up off Crepo. If Crepo wasn't at the right place at the right time, then they could have given away a second goal. For now, Crepo has had to clear it, and it's gone out for a throw-in here on the right-hand side inside the LAFC half. Mbatso will take it. McGlynn letting him take the throw-in. Short throw-in by Mbatso, and collecting the throw, and then it's back to the halfway line, then back to Mbatso if he can keep it in play. Heads it forward, doesn't get it to McGlynn though in time. Now with Martinez a few yards back, kicks it across the field. Thought Famoni he might have kicked it too far for Flack, but Flack with the ball in. Instead it goes out to the right wing again, even though it went across in the air of the penalty area. And LFC again on the back foot at this moment in time. And Batso to take the throw in again. Back towards Glesnes. Then to Elliott. Elliott got a yellow card already, has to be careful of course. Now to Wagner. Now with Martinez being chased by one of the LAFC midfielders. Trying to go for a long ball down the left-hand side and to try and land it into the penalty area, but LAFC deal with it in the air, and now they have intercepted. And Hollingshead at the end tried to loft it forward, I think, but the ball went out of play. It went too right for him, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side. Milan 2-1 up just before the 90. Olivier Giroud scoring to make it 2-1 against Spezia. Big goal that is, who I'm sure we'll see at the World Cup for France. Now here come LAFC. Long ball down the middle, trying to look for Carlos Vila. Well defended by Elliott. Did really well there against the run of play from Carlos Vila, and he got the ball back to Blake's hands. Big moment that was. He was the last man back, and Carlos Vila knew that if he could get that ball, that was the golden chance to maybe score the winning goal. Well, the ball nearly goes out of play for a goal kick here on the near side. It's going to be a throw-in for Philadelphia Union. Burke, who's just come on, of course, fresh pair of legs, hoping he can make a difference here in their bid to find the winning goal. Mbatso yet again on throwing duties, just near the linesman, near the corner flag on the near side. Only has one option to take with the throw, and it's back with him, Mbatso. Now Martinez calls for a foul, and they do win a free kick here, Philadelphia Union. It was McGlynn who was fouled, so he'll be taken on the right wing. He gets a pat on the back from Mbatso, his teammate. Looked like a bit of a late tackle there. by Palacios, the left back. Now, keep an eye on the poll on our live chat page, because just before full time, if I remember, we will do a man of the match vote, and you can decide who will be today's Let's Talk Sport man of the match for this 2022 MLS Cup. Meanwhile, it's a two-man wall that LAFC have formed. Philadelphia Union with the free kick. It's straight to the hands of the goalkeeper, but the referee says that there was a foul and LAFC have got a free kick. So I think even if that free kick had somehow found the net, I don't think it would have counted. Wagner kicking it straight to Crepo. Exactly 10 minutes to go. Los Angeles Football Club 1, Philadelphia Union 1. Here on Let's Talk Sport for your live commentary of the MLS Cup, the grand finale to the Major League Soccer season. It'll be Crepo who makes the goal kick. And then it's onto the middle of the field. It's back with Crepo. He'll kick it up in the air again. He had to keep it away from Burke there, who ran in for it. Now onto the halfway line. On the far side, Martinez. Then back to Glesnes. Glesnes looks at the pocket of space in front, runs through the middle. And I'm not sure what that was, but he just tried to play a long ball down the middle to Burke, but it was nowhere near him, and Crepo says thank you very much. So it's LAFC now with the possession, trying to go inside from the left-hand side, but it's now Mbatso. He's been a fine player today, the right back. One of the Union players just fell down there. It's with McGlynn. I think it was Carranza who went down. But at the moment, LAFC actually struggling for possession. Yeah, Philadelphia Union at the moment at 56% of possession, LAFC with 44%. But again, of course, the only thing that matters is the scoreline. Gareth Bale still just watching on the sidelines while warming up. You'd think maybe they'd put him on at some point. There's only 8 minutes left to go here. Here they come now, LAFC. Good last-ditch tackle to stop the attack continuing there from, I think that was Elliott with the tackle, or was it Wagner? I think it might have been Wagner. But he had to kick it behind for a corner kick here for LAFC. It'll be their third corner of the game. Carlos Vila yet again, as he waves his right arm to his teammate, swings it in with his left boot and a header, and it's into that bottom left corner of the net. The steam comes out of the back of the goal net, and LAFC might just have scored the winning goal to win their first ever MLS Cup. And what a header it was by Morello. The fluorescent smoke comes out as well, which matches his coloured boots. And what a goal that was. What a corner it was as well. Gareth Bale and the substitutes as well come to celebrate. Let's watch it again. What a header that was. Carlos Vila with the corner kick with his left boot, and it was a free header at the end from Morello. The centre back puts his team ahead right in front of the main stand as well. What a moment that is for the fans. Now, can they hold on to that lead with 7 minutes to go? LAFC 2, Philadelphia Union 1. Yep, the crowd enjoyed that one, and at the moment Union are going to make a substitution. So McGlynn is done for the day. And he's been replaced by Aronson. So what a moment that was. Carlos Vila with the assist. Here we go then. Philadelphia Union, they've got to throw the kitchen sink at it now. The time is ticking. Oh, and they've won themselves a free kick as well on the far side. Already a good start in response to try and get that equalizer. Of course, how much added time will there be as well? So Union have at least 5 players approaching the 18-yard box. LAFC will have to defend for their lives, you would think, in the next 6 or so minutes. Here it comes, and another header. Oh, and they've scored again. Philadelphia Union have equalised within moments, and it's Elliott who has scored the goal. And Union, they went 1-0 down, then 2-1 down, but they've got it at 2-2. And what a response that is to Morello's goal that we just saw from another set piece on the other side of the pitch. And what a final this is truly becoming. It's LAFC 2, Philadelphia Union 2. And let's watch that again. The free kick coming in from the left-hand side, and it was a free header for Elliott. No one picked him out. He went in between the sandwich of 2 LAFC defenders, and he headed it home. What a goal that was, and I don't think there'll be any calls for it to be disallowed. He was onside, no fouls in the build-up, and what a bullet of a header that was. So, 2-2, and we've still won't, who knows, could it be a 3-2 finish? We don't know. They're showing footage of Union fans watching somewhere else in a fan park, not sure where that is, but wow, 2-2. They're not done yet. But anyway, here come LAFC again. Of course, they did win against LA Galaxy in the last kick of the game, pretty much in the playoffs and build up to this MLS Cup. And Philadelphia Union, they've won a free kick on the right wing, and it's a yellow card for Ibargo. He joins the referee's book with his teammate of Cifuentes. Well, I was going to do man of the match on the poll, but I don't think we've got any time here. My eyes are so glued to this match right now. Less than 4 minutes to go till we reach the 90. So just confirmation then, a yellow card for Ibargo. So this free kick is going to come from the right wing. LAFC have gone with a one-man wall. I think it's Palacios who's formed the one-man wall. Who knows? 2-3 minutes ago, we thought maybe LAFC had scored the winning goal. But what if this had gone in? It's going to be Wagner to take it. He makes the signal to his teammates, kicks it in with his left boot. Nearly got the flick header. Crepo had to come out and punch it away in the 6-yard box. Nearly clever. Wow, it was clever, but Crepo read it in time to make the clearance. It's gone back into the Union half with Blake. It's gone with a long ball again, but Crepo read that nicely in the 18 yards penalty area. He throws it out to his left of Palacios. Well, at this moment in time, we could be going into extra time. But meanwhile, the centre halves are passing it between each other of Morello and Ibargo. Now Morello, who thought he might have scored the winning goal, kicks it deep into the Union half on the right-hand side. And instead, Union intercept. Last touch coming off Morello's head for it to be a throw-in. Denis says, let's go Philly. Eric Diaz says, W for the win. Not sure for which team. Who do you support, Eric? Let us know. I think we might have to keep our current poll up. You know, LAFC 66% from you lot that have voted for them to win. Philadelphia Union at 34%. Here comes the long throw from the far side for Union. Just kicked out for now, but they've still got it, Union. Nearly tried to go for a volleyed effort. Someone was kicked, but play continues. Another ball into the box. Just couldn't quite pick out Burke at the face of goal. Goal kick at the end for LAFC, and I think for some of those home supporters, they can just catch their breath again. Would they get a recipe of their own? Would they get their own treatment here against Philadelphia Union after knocking out LA Galaxy with the last kick of the game a couple of weeks ago? Oh, poor goal kick by Crepo, and it's picked up on the front line. Here they come now, Union. There's 4 of them up front. It's outnumbered in defence, but who knows? What can they do from this? It's with Aronson, who's just come on, and he's given away a free kick to LAFC. So we're just about to reach the 90. How much added time? 4th official. It's going to be 7 minutes of added time. I must admit, I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking the most at 5 minutes, but can LAFC get a winner? It comes in from the right wing, flick header, no one there though, and it just goes wide past the near post. Goal kick it'll be for Union. It was a dangerous cross in. Flick header from, I think it was a Poco. Joshua Singleton has got in touch on the live chat page and says Philly, Philly in capital letters. Do let us know where you're watching the match from. We'd love to read out where you're watching it from. There's been a foul and there's going to be a yellow card here, I think. Yep, that's for Carranza. So he's in the referee's book, along with his teammate of Elliott, who was actually booked within the opening 13 minutes of this match. The LAFC crowd singing their hearts out. Joshua Singleton says that he's watching live from New Jersey. I must admit, looking at that replay, Carranza didn't really have much contact with Ibargo there, but nonetheless, he has received a booking. Ibargo's just getting treatment on the sidelines, should be okay to continue. So 2 goals apiece at the moment. We're into 2 minutes of this 7 minutes of stoppage time. It's with Carlos Vila on the left wing, who set up the second goal from a corner. It's back with him again. Now with Baranga. Baranga with the cross in, no one there. I think that was Vila who fell to the ground. Referee looks at that as though it's just a load of nonsense. So it'll be with Blake to take the goal kick. Boots it as deep as he can into that Los Angeles half, and then the ball's through in behind the defence. Oh, he couldn't keep it in, Gazdag, but actually he was offside at the end. Linesman just delayed it, but for a moment I thought Gazdag might have got himself through to potentially score the winning goal. And the free kick's just been taken. It's out to the right hand side inside the LAFC half. Short pass out to Cifuentes, and then they're in trouble. It's a poor pass because Union can now go on a big run here on the left hand side. There's 2 of them in the box waiting for the cross. Oh, Gazdag couldn't get there, and it's cleared away for now, but here come LAFC. Still 3 minutes left of stoppage time. Could we see another goal before it's all over? Carlos Vila now on the left hand side, up against 2 Union players. He needs help, falls to the ground, and he has won a free kick. A bit of a nervous moment coming up for Union's defenders. Yeah, Vila goes down there and he gets snapped by Martinez. Martinez has had a great game, but that's not been his best moment, of course. And of course, for any player to give away a free kick, and then if somehow it does go in, you're going to start thinking, what if I hadn't done that? So it's Vila and Acosta behind the ball at the moment. So it's on the left-hand side. One-man wall for Union. It'll be most likely a ball into the penalty area. And here it comes in, and a flick header, and then it's headed in. Oh, nearly. I thought for a moment it just bounced before the goalkeeper picked it up. A heart-and-mouth moment for both teams. So it's a deep ball. Oh, and there's a foul there. It was the last man for LAFC who fell to the ground of Palacios. It was up in the air. So cross, just watching the free kick again, it was a free header at the end. But Blake at the right place at the right time to collect the shot on target. We got Nick Kyrgios saying, who wins, bro? Oh, at the moment, I'm not sure. We've got literally a minute and a half left of added time. Next goal wins in this scenario. It's out on the left-hand side. It's too far for Vila to pick up. We can see Collini and all the substitutes for LAFC still warming up. Still no Bale, but you just wonder, don't you? With a World Cup coming up, do people like Bale may just be a bit hesitant to come on, because the last thing they'd want to do is get injured in what is, of course, one of the biggest moments of his career coming up in the next few weeks when Qatar hosts the FIFA World Cup. Begins on the 20th of November. So goal kick taken by Union. Ball in the middle of the park at the moment in the centre circle. And the referee awards a free kick for LAFC. Could this be the last chance before the final whistle? 30 seconds left of added time. It was Vila who was fouled, and as you can start to see, some of the coaches for Los Angeles are biting their nails. Squeaky bum time. It's out onto the left wing. Cross comes into the box, headed out again. Still LAFC with the possession. It's out through onto the right-hand side. Oh, well defended at the end by Wagner. Now out to Baranga again. Now with Eli. Tried to get it through into the right-hand side of the penalty area with a pass through, but instead Union will be happy for that to just roll out for a goal kick. Well, the 7 minutes of added time are up, so that could be it. The goal kick coming up here from Blake will most likely be the final whistle. Eric Diaz asking, penalties immediately after the whistle blows or extra time? I should know this, but I don't know. I'd imagine we'll have extra time, but who knows? I think the players would probably rather have extra time, if you know what I mean. So Blake takes the goal kick, approaches the right-hand side. I must admit, I thought the referee would blow the whistle then, but it's gone out for a throw-in. Well, there you go. They won't take the throw in LAFC because the whistle's blown the whistle for full time, and it's not over yet. So, 2-2. It looks as though, I'd imagine we'll go into extra time. We'll find out in a moment. It looks like Hughes Johnson has just confirmed that. Extra time it will be. So at full time, it's LAFC 2, Philadelphia Union 2. And what a mad 10 minutes we had at the end there. Morello with the header, which we thought would be the winning goal, and then literally a couple of minutes later, Jack Elliott responding with a header as well from a free kick. But anyway, we'll be back in just a moment for extra time. Don't go anywhere. Well, hello and welcome. We're back. We thought it'd be over after 90 minutes, but no, here we are. It's the start of the first period of extra time. So, no substitutions, it would seem, from the full-time break that we just had. A very quick break, of course, and they go straight into it again. But of course, some of you talking about Gareth Bale not having any involvement in this MLS Cup so far, even though he's been warming up on the sidelines. We've got Pedro Ramos getting in touch. Hello, Pedro, saying the Wales national team and Gareth himself probably told LAFC to play him as little as possible so he could be fit for the World Cup. Because think about it, when was the last time Wales made it to World Cup? Exactly, this is the thing. It's not every day Wales make the World Cup. The last time they did that was 1958. I think most of us watching this stream right now were not even born. They have kicked off again for the first period of extra time. But anyway, very, very mad end to this game that we've got coming up. Already a minute gone, but we've got a free kick here. So LAFC attacking from right to left, Union from left to right. I would like to say next goal wins, but I said that when LAFC made it 2-1, and that wasn't enough. So here they come now, Union, with Burke, who came on at the went down to the ground on the edge of the penalty area. It wouldn't have been a penalty if the referee had given it as a foul, but he didn't give it to anyone at the end. He instead let them play on. Burke questioned the decision, as you'd expect, as he didn't get the free kick he hoped for. Oh, and now Blake's made a mistake. He's kicked it into his opponent, and it's just gone out instead at the end. Blake, oh, he was lucky there. He tried to make the clearance. He had to do it with his feet because it was outside the penalty area, and then it came off. I think it was Baranga that it came off, but luckily for Blake it didn't go in, and it went out of play for Baranga to even try and pick up the loose ball. Hughes Johnson even says, oh my God, that was close, he says. LAFC already with an early threat. Here they come again then. It's with Vila, and then it's a through ball to Baranga, and instead it's gone behind for what I think should be a corner kick. But all of a sudden LAFC with that energy up front, they're just showing that through ball again to Baranga. Blake with a poor attempt to clear it. He got lucky. LAFC relying on errors here, it seems, putting the pressure on their visiting team. You know, they've got to use that advantage. So is it going to be a corner? I'm not sure. Well, Carlos Vila's walking up to it. Yep, it's going to be a corner. It looked as though Palacios for a moment. Yeah, it looked as though for a moment Palacios had, was going to take the throw in. So Vila with the corner. Doesn't even get past the first man as it's cleared away from the penalty area, and it's back near the halfway line. Kick forward just gets a deflection in behind for a throw-in for LAFC. It came off Flack. Alex reckons that Philadelphia Union will win 4-3. My word, 3 more goals before the end of extra time. Can you imagine? Eric Diaz says, so tense, let's go LAFC. Throw-in taken. And then it's intercepted just outside the Union penalty area. They booted it up in the air. Bit of pressure there on the back line for LAFC, but they get out of it just okay. There was 2 players for Union going for that last man. Ibargo did really well at the end. Now it's on the halfway line. Union with a long ball across for Burke, calls for handball. Looks as though it was. Burke can't quite believe it as he reacts to the linesman in shock. I think it was the linesman that told the referee in the earpiece that was a handball. We'll have to check out the replay. But to any of you new viewers, welcome to Let's Talk Sports live commentary of the MLS Cup, where you probably thought by now there would be a winner. Nope, we're in extra time. It's 2 apiece between two teams that have never won this cup before. Just shows how much they both want it. Meanwhile, deep in the Union half, just on their left-hand side, it was a clearance, but only a short clearance. Now Carlos Vila up against two Union defenders, doesn't come out with it. Referee takes a touch with the ball, and he has to give the ball back to Union. It's funny, just seeing Gazdag on the cameras there. We haven't seen much of him in this game, but he's had one hell of a season, the Hungarian forward. And here we go then, that debate about Gareth Bale. He's coming on. The black and gold kit is on. He's just having a bit, he's just drinking a bit of water before he comes on. The number 11 man. Could he be the game changer in extra time? He gets a high five from the manager. Bale, of course, might have to be careful though. He doesn't want to get injured before he goes to the World Cup. Meanwhile, he can't come on just yet. The ball's still in play. Ball through into the 18-yard box for Philadelphia Union. It's now on the left wing. Plenty of space. He's got to cross it in. Surely he does so. A flick forward. No one there. And then maybe a volleyed effort. Oh, no, at the end, Aronson couldn't get the ball in his control. Now Martinez, he'll go for it. And it's a low kick. And it just goes wide past the far post. And here we go then. Carlos Vila is coming off. He's done for the day. A big cheer for Bale coming on. So it won't be Carlos Vila. That'll be making an approach for the winning goal. So that is Bale coming on for Carlos Vila. Quite an iconic substitution. A legendary player at LAFC for his services so far, Carlos Vila. That's his season done in the MLS. Goal kick taken. And then there is Bale. He gets his first touch with a header. Couldn't get it to Cifuentes at the end. So throw and taken. It's out to the right-hand side. Apoko on the right wing. There's Bale and Baranga in the penalty area waiting for the ball. It's still out on the right wing. And instead, it is kicked away. But LAFC have still got it back now. It's in possession. Out to the left wing this time. Baranga again. Trying to get the cross in. No, is it going to be a corner? No, it isn't. It'll be a goal kick. Baranga disagrees with the referee, but I didn't see any touch coming off Mbatso there. Pedro Ramos has said that Carlos Vila winning the MLS Cup with LAFC would be reminiscent of Robbie Keane or Beckham and Galaxy winning about a decade ago. They stopped LA Galaxy in the run-up to this MLS Cup. 3-2 ended that night here in Los Angeles. It was a hell of a game. But it was a big statement from LAFC to beat their arch rivals. The battle of the Mexicans, you could say, between Chicharito and Vila. Vila off the pitch now as he was replaced by Bale a few minutes ago. LAFC were trying to go for the right wing approach. Not really sure what they were trying to do with it. They're just slowing up the pace at the moment. Then a chip ball into the box. Here's Bale, lobs it over. Nearly lobbed it over the goalkeeper, but it wasn't going to go in. It wasn't in that direction, but it was going across the face of goal. No one there to pick it up though in a black and gold shirt. Meanwhile, the ball's now on the halfway line as Union hope to get their first real attack going in this first period of extra time. It's on the far side. They've just stopped the ball's pace at the moment, really. And they're just passing it slowly between each other in a square shape of 4 players. Now on the left wing. 3 of them waiting in the box for it. Instead, it's gone a few yards back down the line on the left wing. Now into the centre circle with Elliott. Mbatso, then to Burke, Burke does well to shield it away from his opponents on the edge of the penalty area. And Union will get a throw in on the near side. Well, I hope you lot have enjoyed this game as much as I have, whatever the outcome, and I hope you've enjoyed the commentary today. Be sure to subscribe here on Let's Talk Sport for more commentaries and watch-alongs like this in the future. Long throw in now from Mbatso into the 18-yard box. Now Bale, who intercepts for LAFC, and instead it's gone back to the back line of Union between Gazdag and Elliott. Now to Wagner, who kicks this in across, and Crapo, fantastic timing to come so far out in his penalty area and make the catch. Gets a lot of applause from the fans around him in the stands. Oh, Palacios gets fouled there and wins a free kick off Gazdag, the Hungarian. Now with Bale, wearing his top bun hair. He's just waiting in the midfield at the moment. It's now with Acosta, and Acosta has to settle it for a throw into his team. Then a short throw in backwards again, now with Eli. Eli tries to get past Martinez, and the referee says he fouled Martinez. And Union will have a free kick inside their penalty area. Can't say there's much in that, but since Vila's come off, it's Eli that's now wearing the captain's armband. So free kick taken. It's with Elliott, the centre back for Union. It's back with the defenders. It's gone to Blake, the only man in the 18-yard box at the moment, having to have all of those LAFC fans behind him singing as they have done from kickoff, making lots of noise with drums, claps, and of course their vocals. Meanwhile though, it's on the other side of the pitch, on this far side. Lobbed into the 18-yard box, not the best chest downs there from, I think it was Gazdag. And now it's onto the halfway line. Union still in possession. We're into the last 2 minutes of the first period of extra time. No goals to report since full time. Still 2-2. Unless Union can get something from this approach. Mbatso with the cross, doesn't find anyone in blue. Cleared up in the air by Hollingshead. Attacking a half that's mostly full of the shade from the stadium, as it's still sunny here in Los Angeles. And there's a header just over the crossbar. Oh, what a chance that was for Union. And I think it was Carranza with the header. Great cross in. Yep, and Carranza just getting it over the crossbar. What a moment that was. I don't think anyone was expecting much from that delivery, but it was one hell of a cross. Carranza just couldn't get it under the crossbar. Instead, it's a goal kick. So it's in the midfield, in the centre circle. LAFC, lovely flick pass, then a shot for goal, and it's a good save by Blake. Probably always had to deal with it, but at the end of the day, he stopped it from going in. Mbatso with the last kick there, and it will be a throw-in for LAFC into the final 30 seconds of this first period of extra time, and then we'll have another 15 minutes. And of course, if there's no winning goal at the end of that, we will be going down the route of the nerve-wracking scenario of what is a penalty shootout. As an Englishman, we don't like penalty shootouts. Just don't mention Germany. That's all I'm saying. or the Euro 2020 final, which involves Chiellini's team, his national team of Italy. He's still on the bench today for LAFC. And the referee has blown the whistle for half-time and extra time. So no goals added to that 2-2 scoreline. The only real thing that's happened is that Gareth Bale has come on to replace Carlos Vela for the rest of the game. But at the moment, it's still 2-2, and with 15 minutes left of extra time to play, we might just be going into extra time. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. Well, folks, thanks for your patience. We're just waiting for the second period of extra time. So thanks to all of you that have stayed on the stream throughout. We've still not got a winner yet. We could go into a penalty shootout. And here we go then. Second period of extra time. Will there be a winning goal? What did we used to say in the old school days? Next goal wins. Philadelphia Union kicking off. So for this final period, they'll be attacking from right to left. LAFC from left to right. On here is Burke. All of a sudden, a long ball down the middle. LAFC nearly couldn't deal with it, and Aronson coming in there as well, but it's then gone out for a throw-in. But there's been a couple of long deliveries from Union that has caught LAFC off guard nearly. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple more approaches like that before the end of this extra time period. So throw-in. It's going to be a very long throw, and Wagner using as much space as he can to make the run up with this throw. After all that, it just gets headed out of the penalty area. Back with Varnu, chests it down, then half volleys it into the box, and there's offside, says the referee. Leisman raises his flag. Armand 26 says very stressful. Hughes Johnson saying great match so far. Eric Diaz saying great commentary. Oh, thanks Eric, I really appreciate that. Hope you're all enjoying it at home. We were hoping to do a lot more MLS games this season, but we actually didn't do any until this one. So apologies about that. Luckily the MLS Cup's kickoff time today was at a reasonable time here in the UK. Chiellini still warming up on the sidelines. Would he come on to maybe take a penalty? The experience he has, he's faced a lot of big moments in matches and finals. Let's not forget he's been in the Champions League final a couple of times, but he didn't win it though with Juventus. Union having to clear it out from the penalty area and goes out for a throw-in on the near side for Los Angeles. Throw-in taken. And now into the penalty area, cleared away by Glesnes. And then the last header there from Morello, who ran into the half on the right-hand side to clear it for a throw into Union. Morello, we all thought maybe in that, I think it was the 83rd minute, wasn't it, his goal to make it 2-1 to LAFC when he headed it in from a Vila corner. We thought maybe, just maybe, that was the winning goal. Anyway, here come Union. Already 3 minutes gone in this second period of extra time. LAFC 2, Philadelphia Union 2 in this MLS Cup Final. A new team will be on the trophy today. Neither of these sides have won it before, but stalemate so far in this extra time here on our live Let's Talk Sport commentary of the final Major League Soccer match of the season. A reminder that for any of you MotoGP fans, we'll be doing the final race tomorrow for the Valencia Grand Prix. That's at 1 PM UK time. And of course, we'll find out who will be world champion. Will it be Francesco Bagnaia or Fabio Quartararo? If Bagnaia wins it, he'll be the first Italian since Valentino Rossi in 2009 to have won the MotoGP World Championship. LAFC have been awarded a free kick. It's taken. It was at the midway point of the Union half. It's now on the left wing. I'd say there's about 3 black and gold shirts in the penalty area. Now the ball into the box. Trying to get that cross the face of goal. Just not happened there. And Union just kick it out. And now Burke on the big run. Now, and he's got it off the goalkeeper. And that could be a foul. Crepo with the last foul. Is that going to be a red card? He was the last man. It's just a yellow card though. Burke got completely fouled there by Crepo. It was outside the penalty area. I must admit, I thought the referee got that wrong. He was the last man. He didn't get there in time for the ball, and he got the foul over Burke. If I was the referee, I think that would have been a red card for the goalkeeper. I'd imagine at least there'll be a free kick for Union, but at the moment both players are being treated, Burke and Crepo. What on earth was going on there? For a moment, Burke nearly found himself through to possibly get the winning goal. So I'm not really sure what happened to Crepo. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully Burke's okay, but they're both injured on the ground at the moment. But more and more drama in this MLS Cup, but it looks as though LAFC are not going to continue with their goalkeeper Crepo. And I think it's going to be McCarthy coming on to replace him, the substitute goalkeeper. Burke still being treated as well. He's still down on the ground. But at the moment, McCarthy is warming up on the sideline in his full red goalkeeper kit. Of course, this should add a bit of stoppage time. But we could do with seeing that replay again, really, because I'm not really sure what the what the referee was thinking. But as I said, this referee is a man that sent off Wayne Rooney in a penalty area for a foul, but then still gave away a corner instead of a penalty against DC United. So I don't mean to judge referees, but I'm not really sure what this one was. You can hear some boos in the stadium here at Banc of California Stadium, the home of LAFC. You're probably wondering how come LAFC get to play in their own ground for this MLS Cup Final. Well, that's because the team who are the highest ranked that reach the MLS Cup Final normally host the final. Like, for example, I think it was the MLS Cup in 2019. You had Seattle Sounders hosting the MLS Cup against Toronto FC, and they did go on to win. That home advantage certainly works, but Union have done all right against LAFC. But really, these two teams have been the best teams in the MLS this season. So, match paused here. Still, McCarthy's still warming up, but you'd think if he's doing all this warm-ups with the goalkeeper coach, you would think that this is him about to come on. Do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Love to read out your messages. Pedro Ramos asking, would you reckon the MLS is on par with the Championship or League One? It's a good question. I think it's. I think the league's getting better. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, because from next season in 2023, we will be having all MLS matches on Apple TV. So they'll all be in one place. A lot of money in that TV deal, which I'm sure helps the MLS and helps the league grow. More and more teams keep coming in. Of course, we've seen Austin FC recently get added. They formed in 2020. And we saw Austin FC just miss out on the MLS Cup after they lost to LAFC last weekend. Well, I see a red card in the referee's hand. But he hasn't raised or anything, unless he's... I mean, the cameras are zooming in on the referee. Is he actually going to give a red card, maybe? Well, he's put it in his pocket for now, but maybe not. So he places the red card in his left pocket. I love it how the fans are booing, because I think they've got off quite lucky here. Unless it's the Union fans, but in my eyes, I thought that was a red card for the goalkeeper. If you make a foul and you're the last man, well, Burke is back on his feet, which is great to see. Hopefully he'll continue. The manager of Philadelphia Union just having words with his players before they resume. The manager for Philadelphia Union is Jim Curtin, 43 years old. He comes from Pennsylvania, and there is the red card. So I think that is for the goalkeeper. I'm not sure why the referee didn't do that until now, but it looks as though LAFC have got a quick thinking to do, which is to replace the goalkeeper, take a player off so that they've got a genuine goalkeeper in between the sticks. But it looks as though if we go to penalties, LAFC will have to... Yeah, they'll have to play on with their second choice goalkeeper. So Crapo is going to come off on the stretchers. And LAFC are going to have to make a substitution here. I have a feeling Opako might come off, you know. He's waiting near the sideline. So yeah, Crapo with the red card. I mean, I love how the fans are booing, but I don't know why it didn't take until the referee to do it straight away, but Crapo going to go off injured. But nice to see him show the thumbs up to the fans just to tell them he's okay. And as he gets applause from the fans, he won't feature in the penalty shootout. We've had at least 3-4 minutes not being played, so I reckon so there we go then. So McCarthy, I think it's Okapo who's had to go off. Yeah, Opako has gone off. That's him done for the day. So McCarthy in goal for them, and they've got a free kick to deal with here now, LAFC. Right in front of their main fan stand as well. They're making noise again, but could they get silenced here from this set piece? Here comes the free kick, blocked by the wall. Not the best there from Elliott. And they've won a throw-in, have they? Yep, the linesman points towards Philadelphia Union's way, so that'll be a throw-in just on the far side near the corner flag. As Zlatan Goat says, RSL till I die, but I want the Union to win. RSL, who's that? Is that... You'll have to tell me who that is. I don't know why, but that's just gone out of my head. I should know who that is. I'd imagine it's Real Salt Lake, but... Union Berlin, sorry, not Union Berlin, Philadelphia Union with a long ball into the box from the right wing, but doesn't find anyone in blue again, and LAFC intercept nicely. And now could they go on the counter? It's with Bale. Back with Bale. Tries to get past Martinez, but well defended by Martinez. Wins the ball back for Union. Yep, Joshua Singleton confirming that is Real Salt Lake. I thought it would be. It's going to be a free kick for Union, which just adds a bit more frustration for LAFC. Let's not forget they're playing with 10 men now. But I guess for them, luckily, there's not that many minutes left of the game for Union to really use that advantage. The throw-in's taken. It's gone all the way back into the Union half, then played across the field to Elliott. Now to Wagner, the left back. Union really should probably use this advantage if they can, but as we say that, even though Burke was injured a few minutes ago after that collision with the LAFC goalkeeper, he's back down on the ground, and it looks as though his time is done for today. And we can see Donovan, the number 25, about to come on and replace him. Eli walking, might be walking off as well for LAFC, I'm not sure. Be interested to see how much added time we get. But we're just waiting for Burke to come off. Well, he came on to replace Ure in the second half, but now he's having to come off and go back on the bench again. Slowly going off, and you just wonder if both teams have got the players on that they want to take the penalties as well. Let's not forget, if you're not in the squad, if you're not on the pitch by the time it comes to penalty shootout, once it's the end of extra time, you don't get to take a penalty. It's with either the 10 or 11 players you had on that pitch come the end of extra time. I know that's quite basic rules for some of you, but just reminding you all. So Corey Burke replaced by Chris Donovan. Now I'd imagine we'll be told now how much added time there'll be, because we're into the 120th minute. Here come Philadelphia Union. They win a throw-in. It came off Palacios. It's going to be taken in line with the edge of the 18-yard box. Ali says, come on, Philly. And Batso to take the throw-in, who I think's had quite a terrific game on the wings for them. Goes for a long throw and doesn't find anyone in the penalty area. It's kicked back in though with the second ball. Yet again, it doesn't find anyone. And now here, oh, we got 9 minutes of added time. Wow, I've not seen that much in extra time before. 9 minutes for one of these teams to win it, or they're going to have to go up against the penalty shootout. John MS asking how the goalkeeper for LAFC got the red card. Last man tackle, didn't get the ball, simple as that. Goal scoring opportunity wasted. And here come Union now. Remember, they're up against 10 men. Oh, there was a moment, there was a cross in there into the 6-yard box, but it came off a black and gold shirt for it to go behind for a corner. on this far side. That was a scary moment for the hosts. Any conversion at goal would have done. Mbatso with the cross. Good defending there by Barrigo. Let's not forget he's on a yellow card, so he's having to be careful. So as I say, 9 minutes of added time, 2 minutes gone so far. LAFC probably going to have to defend this up until the end. So here we go then, here comes the corner from the far side, it comes in, header wasn't there, goalkeeper punched it away at McCarthy, and I was going to say a curved shot, and now Mbatso with a, I thought he was trying to go for a volleyed effort, it wasn't great though. They've still got it, Union, it's on the right wing, they swing it in, oh, and there's a tap in, and there it is, and Philadelphia Union, it's Elliott yet again, who scores what could be the winning goal, and their first ever MLS Cup. They took the advantage. LAFC were down to 10 men, and Philadelphia Union, they went for it, they threw the kitchen sink at it, and they've been rewarded, and it is Elliott who puts them ahead. Still 6 minutes left of stoppage time, but look, you can see how crazy it's going in the fan park in Philadelphia. It was a corner that just went all over the place. Then they kicked it back in. We fought with the header, and Mbatso went with the volley. As I said, I wasn't sure what he was doing with that in build-up to the goal. But look at the cross in from the right wing. It's a brilliant cross, and Elliott at the end, the easiest tap-in of his career. Goalkeeper McCarthy did a fine save to keep it out, but it was Elliott at the end that just tapped it home. Of course, there is VAR to check this, but I think he'll be okay. I don't think there was any fouls there or any offside moments. But wow, 3-2. They've turned it around. They were 2-1 down with minutes to go at the end of the near the end of the second half. LAFC 2, Philadelphia Union 3. Still 5 minutes to go though. LAFC have kicked it off, and it was deep in the Union half, but they've cleared it out for a throw-in for the hosts. Here we go then. LAFC have got to throw themselves at it now. They do have one man less on the pitch, but I'm afraid they're just going to have to accept that and see what they can do. We've not really seen much of Bale since he came on. And now here we go, well won ball there by Baranga on the right hand side. He's going to go for it. It was on target and he was swerving, but it's straight down the middle at Blake. Nervous moment there for Union, but they stay ahead. Ali says he might win $180 if Philly wins. Isaac True saying, come on, Union, let's go. Heavy Meter saying Philly cannot be stopped. Well, at the moment, they're happy to take this long ball and just try and let it roll out for a goal kick. Oh dear, is that going to be a corner instead? No, it will be a goal kick. Barango says to the linesman nearby next to the corner flag he was wrong. And the coach, Jim Curtin, telling his players, 4 minutes left. Play for your lives now and defend like hell. Not those exact words, but I'm sure that's what he's trying to say to them. Well, it's actually 3 minutes now. When he said 4 minutes, there's 3 minutes to go. Goal kick taken. Lands into the midway point of the pitch on the halfway line. Now here come Union. There's 3 of them in defence. Oh, referee says it's a free kick at the end. I mean, Union scored, but it was they were penalised for a free kick there to LAFC. You could see the Union bench players all wearing their bibs, but they're all standing up now, nervously watching the climax of this, hoping that at full time that they can run on the pitch in celebration. What will Union do here and defend? They'll just defend like how you'd have thought. They've just cleared it out again from Mbatso for a throw-in. It's going to be on the far side. It's throw-in down the left-hand side. Martinez tried to make the clearance, trying to keep the possession. Now Mbatso, who's intercepted it from Baranga, and then they'll just boot it up in the air and try and clear it out as far as they can. It goes out again for a throw into LAFC. Again, it's on the far side. Short throwing down the line again, trying to keep it in play. Here comes the cross, and there's Bale! Gareth Bale for LAFC! Oh, it's him! The Welsh Wonderman has put them back in the game with a minute and a half left of extra time. Unbelievable scenes here at the Banc of California Stadium. Who else was it going to be? Gareth Bale. I said before he scored that he hadn't had much involvement since he came on, but look how big that goal is. What a moment. Gareth Bale puts them back at 3-3. Blake can't believe it. He thought maybe I wasn't going to concede again, but it's now LAFC 3, Philadelphia Union 3. What a match this has been. Let's watch it again. It was a short throw-in to begin with on the far side, but what a cross this is from Baranga, and then Gareth Bale up in the air against his opponent of, I think it's Gazdag he was up in the air against, and he gets it past Blake. Blake stretched out with his right arm, but he couldn't keep it out, and it's Gareth Bale who keeps LAFC's MLS Cup's hopes alive. What a match. And maybe, just maybe, we are going to a penalty shootout at the end. Meanwhile, we're back with the game. Union straight away going on the attack again. This game's had everything. But still, 3-3. We don't know who's going to win. Meanwhile, back with the game. It's going to go out for a corner. Yes, it will be. A corner for Union. We're into the 9 minutes of added time now. So this should be the last chance before penalty shootout. And they're taking their time, Union, but you think they'd want to go for it and just try and ruin the party yet again. So the corner to be taken on the far side. And there is an LAFC player down at the moment. Not sure who it is. It's Hollingshead. I mean, how can you not tell with that moustache he's got? It's quite the moustache. He was on the ground, but he's back up. The referee will now be happy for them to take this corner, but it's not good to see the LAFC fans in the corner just throwing empty plastic cups at the Union player. It's not good to see. Throwing them at Wagner, and Wagner's walked away from the corner flag for a moment. He's kind of protesting at the referee to just say that, you know, I'm not having this. I want to take the corner, but I don't want this stuff being thrown in. Anyway, here comes the corner, last chance of the game, and it's headed away. I think that was Gareth Bale again, and that's it. Referee blows the whistle. And after extra time, we still can't find a goal that separates the two teams. We thought we had seen it all, but Gareth Bale, with the last 90 seconds of extra time, scoring the equalizer with a classic header to get his team back in this. You can't write this, can you? We are going into penalties. And to be honest, whoever wins it now, it's penalty shootouts. It's a harsh way to end the game, but sometimes it's the only way you can decide who will win a cup or a match. Well, for both scenarios, it is, of course, that. So at the end of second period, extra time, Los Angeles Football Club 3, Philadelphia Union 3. A penalty shootout coming up. And of course, the questions are, who will take the penalties for both teams? And let's not forget, LAFC did have their main goalkeeper sent off of Crepau. And that will mean, of course, they will have to rely on their second choice goalkeeper of McCarthy to be the goalkeeper for their penalty shootout. But what a game. What a game it has been. Get in touch on the live chat page, folks, I've got to somehow change the scoreboard so it looks like a penalty shootout scoreboard. And I've noticed my clock is way off there. There we go. Well, it's not extra time anymore. Well, it is down to penalties now. So I do apologise, folks. I clearly wasn't ready for what the screen should look like in a penalty shootout. But as you can see there, it'll be there on the screen just under Philadelphia Union scoreboard bit. We've got the penalty scoreline there. We haven't started yet, but it will start in just a moment. But anyway, here we go. Of course, as always in a penalty shootout, each team will have 5 kicks each. And it is the best of 5. So we're just waiting for both teams to get ready. Of course, I'd imagine they still need to do the coin toss to find out which end they'll be playing it. And of course, who will take the penalty first. They do normally say, don't they, the advantage is to take the penalty first to put the pressure on the team that take it second. They're just doing the coin toss now between the captains of Eli of LAFC and Blake of Philadelphia Union. Well, we've been broadcasting for nearly 3 hours and this is it. We're coming to the end. It's been a hell of a MLS Cup match. It really has. One for the ages, you could say. But who's going to win the penalty shootout? So it looks as though they are going to play it on that main area, in that main stand in front of the main fans of LAFC to my left in the commentary box. So Blake and McCarthy, both goalkeepers, walking up together towards the goal, which is always good to see. They may be up against each other in this penalty shootout, but at the end of the day, they're both in a very nerve-wracking position now. I mean, let's be honest, I think I'd rather be a goalkeeper than being the player that's to walk from the halfway line, that long walk down the middle to that penalty spot, especially for the Union fans who are going to, sorry, not the Union fans, the Union players, who are going to have to walk all the way to the penalty spot in front of that massive stand of LAFC fans. You'd think this is where the home advantage would work out for LAFC, but who knows in a penalty shootout. Both teams huddled up and ready to go, and I think who's going to be taking the first penalty? It looks as though it's going to be Tello. I must have missed that. I thought Tello didn't come on. Unless they put him on just before the end, I'm not sure. I might have missed that. But as you can see, the hands of praise there from some of the fans in the stands. And we're about to begin. So it'll be Tello to start it off for LAFC. You could say they've got the advantage by taking it first. Blake just nearly on his knees. He's just having a quick prayer, I think. Just trying to delay a bit of time on Tello, I think. Maybe playing mind games. He isn't standing on the goal line at the moment. So I'm not really sure what's going on at the moment. Blake's just not getting ready for the penalty. Referee's not doing anything about it. Well, anyway, he's on his goal line now. He's dancing a little bit, waving his arms about, doing anything he can to distract Tello. So Tello against Blake. Which way will he go? The camera's just behind Tello. And Tello goes for it. Oh, and it's straight to the hands of Blake. It was a poor penalty kick. He tried to go for the bottom right corner of the net, but Blake, all he had to do was just stretch out a little bit. Not much power behind that, and he makes the save. And it's advantage to Philadelphia Union. They've still got to take their penalty for the first kick. But if they get this in, they'll be 1-0 ahead after the first round of kicks. And it will be Gazdag, the top goal scorer for Philadelphia Union. Can he score again? He's been in fine form. He scored the equalizer for the first goal earlier in the game. Bit of moment there between McCarthy, the goalkeeper, and the referee, but Gazdag now goes for it. Oh, and he's slipped and it's gone over the crossbar. And he falls to the ground. And he misses the penalty. So after the first round of kicks, they're still neck and neck. It's goalless in the penalty shootout. Oh, he completely miskicked it. And to be honest with you, I think he felt the nerves there. He felt the pressure on his shoulders. And because of that, he's missed. So we're going to have to pretty much start all over again, really, in this second round of kicks. This time it will be Boanga to take it, the number 99 for LAFC. A rare number you'd see in football shirts, but there you go. It's again Blake doing his usual dancing to hope it'll distract him. And this is a great penalty from Boanga. Goes for the top left corner. Blake went the right way, stretched out for it to his right, but he couldn't keep it in. But so far, Blake has gone the right way each time. So LAFC take the lead here. But Philadelphia Union, now he's been one of my favourite players of this match, Martinez. He's going to take the second penalty for Philadelphia Union. Now, be interesting to just see, can Union deal with this pressure from the crowd behind them? It's you against thousands of fans right now. Martinez makes the run up. Oh, and it's saved by McCarthy. He went the right way. Martinez had a bit of a stutter in the run up, but he still went for it, but he couldn't get it past the goalkeeper. And after the second round of kicks, it's LAFC who take the lead at 1-0. Still a lot of penalties to go, you could say, but it's advantage LAFC. And how Gazdag will feel now after missing his penalty. Now Hollingshead. Oh, lovely chip down the middle. Blake goes to his right. And Hollingshead puts it at 2-0 now. And really, you do feel, though, if Union cannot get this next penalty in, then it looks as though it could be a very, very tough request to get out of this. Need to score this, Philadelphia Union. It's going to be Wagner to take it. He approaches it from the right-hand side of the ball, and it's another fine save from McCarthy. 2 saves in a row, and LAFC are 1 kick away, 1 goal away, that is, from winning the MLS Cup. McCarthy yet again, he went to his left this time. I thought Wagner took a good penalty, but McCarthy was pumped for this. Let's not forget, he's a substitute goalkeeper. 2-0. If they score this, it's over. And it is Eli, the captain, hoping to lead his team to their first ever MLS Cup. Eli versus Blake. Here he comes. And he scores into the bottom right corner of the net. And LAFC have won their first ever MLS Cup here in front of their home crowd as well. It's Eli who brings it home for LAFC. An historic moment. And they were moments away from losing this cup to Philadelphia Union if it wasn't for Gareth Bale's header in the last minute of extra time. And that was in added time as well, of the 9 minutes of added time. But they've done it. LAFC. It's coming to Los Angeles. They've reached destiny. They've reached the big time. They are the champions of Major League Soccer.
Possession.
What a game that was. Absolutely incredible. Eli with the goal. And that is the winning goal at the end. So LAFC, they win on penalties at 3-0. Philadelphia Union didn't score any whatsoever. 2 of them were saved by McCarthy, and 1 of them went over the crossbar. Maybe, just maybe, this fans' influence in that big stand where they took the penalties was the big moment indeed. I think it certainly was. Wow, what a game that was. Absolutely amazing. So congratulations to LAFC. Their first ever MLS Cup. But anyway, do get in touch on the live chat page. Your thoughts on that at the end. Loads of messages that have come through since we were into our penalty shootouts. Let's read some of your messages. 999 Callum says, Eli. MMA and Boxing Collective says, this was disgraceful. Luis Ramirez says, let's go. MMA and Boxing Collective again says, disgusting. Aslan says, LA is the winner. Wolves says, Philly deserved to win. Duncan Brazil says, go LAFC. A sad face emoji there from Quinn L. 999 Callum says, let's go, in capital letters. Wolf says, what a joke. Aslan says, Gareth Bale the man. I mean, this is it. The headlines. I mean, Eli got the winning penalty, but I do think a lot of people will be watching that Bale goal around the world after. I mean, what a header it was. I mean, what a moment. He saved them, and he helped them go on to win the MLS Cup. What is it Gareth Bale can't do? The man has done everything. He's now got an MLS Cup to his name, along with God knows how many Champions Leagues he got. He won it in 2014, 2016, 2017, 2018. So he's won it 5 times because he won it this year as well, even though he didn't play in that Champions League final against Liverpool. He's helped Wales get to their first World Cup, their first Euros in such a long time as well. The man's done it all, hasn't he? Absolutely amazing. What a night for Bale and for LAFC. But yeah, what a game. I can't get over that. But anyway, before you leave, do subscribe to the channel to Let's Talk Sport. We really appreciate your support. Click that subscribe button, give us a like, and if you enjoyed the commentary, do let us know. We'd really appreciate your honest feedback. It really helps us out in terms of improving our streams going forward. The Emperor says Gareth Bale can't win the World Cup with a laughing emoji. You never bloody know with that, man, do you? But at the end of the day, it is LAFC. It's not just about Bale. It's about the whole team. They get the MLS Cup. Let's not forget, Chiellini made the move in the summer as well, and he will also have an MLS Cup medal to his name, along with his Euros medal, the Serie A medals he had at Juventus, Coppa Italia, you name it. He's got quite the collection as well, and he can add to it after tonight's game in Los Angeles. Yeah, before you go, do subscribe, give us a like. Before I go as well, just to let you know, we've got 2 watch-alongs, 2 live streams tomorrow, 2 watch-alongs, and we start off with MotoGP. If you love your motorbike racing or your motorsport in general, do join me at 1 p.m. UK time. That's UK time, so I'm not sure what that would be in America, but do join me at 1 p.m. UK time, that is, at least. for the final race of the MotoGP season, and it really is down to the wire because we still don't know who will be world champion. Francesco Bagnaia has got the advantage. He just needs to pick up a few points and then he is the world champion. But who knows? What if he doesn't finish the race and Quartararo gets the points that he needs? Maybe Quartararo could win his second world championship in a row. It looks highly unlikely, but there's still a championship to be won between the two riders. So Bagnaia versus Quartararo here on Let's Talk Sport tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then we'll also be doing more football like today's match that we've done, but with the Women's Super League here in England, where we'll be doing a watch-along between Manchester United women, who are hosting the champions of the Women's Super League of Chelsea. But let's not forget, Man United are top of the table at the moment. They've won every single game so far. Can Chelsea stop the United train? Find out with me at 6:45 p.m. UK time here on Let's Talk Sport. Well, I think we are pretty much done and dusted here for the night. It's been a hell of a stream over the last 3 hours or so. We finally found a winner. It went all the way to penalties, but it was Gareth Bale who led his team. He picked them up from dirt, he got them off the ground, and he helped them take them to penalties, and they would go on to win the match. McCarthy with the 2 saves at the end as well. McCarthy and Bale saved the day, you could say, but they are the MLS Cup winners. Thank you for watching, and who knows, Bale to win the World Cup? You never know with that man. Thank you for watching.